Hi everybody, I'm Joey Paul and I'm an indie author and welcome back to my channel. I write young adult fiction across a variety of genres, and if you think that might interest you, then think about subscribing below. So today I'm going to be answering 10 questions and a bonus one from you guys. I do these every so often, but I thought it'd be a good way to start the new year with doing it again. So I'm just going to jump right to it and answer these questions. Number 1, how are the audiobooks going? So as it stands right now, I have 8, 9, maybe 10 audiobooks out. I have more on the way, and the plan is still to continue releasing them as they get made. But these things take time, and it all feeds into basically how long the production takes, and from there, how long it takes to listen to the whole book, and all of that. Number 2, will you go back to drafting soon? I plan to go back to drafting next year at some point. I basically plan to spend another year doing revision and rewriting and all of that, and then go back to drafting in 2026. I already have the ideas planned, as much as I plan them. For the moment, I'm holding off and sticking with the revising and rewriting. Number 3, will you still do disability content in Reels and Shorts in 2025? Yes, that is the plan. I have planned out my 2025 as far as Reels and Shorts go, and it's still the plan to include some disability content just because it does well, and also I enjoy making it, which is the big thing. Number 4, how are you finding planning revision? Now that I've got into my groove as such, it's kind of easy to plan revision and work out what I'm going to be doing each day. When I went into this back in July, I think it was, I didn't really know how it was all going to go. I didn't know whether it was going to be normal revision or whether it was going to be rewriting from a different outline or a better outline. But now that I've gotten into it, I can see where I need to make the changes and where I don't, and where I need to tweak this and where I need to tweak that, and it's helped plan my time as well. Number 5, will you ever release more than 2 books in a year? No. Simply because I did do that with 2019. I did 3 books in a year and it almost killed me. So no, I don't have the spoons and everything else to put into releases and do more than 2 a year. It just doesn't work. Number 6, is the signing still happening in 2025? As far as I'm aware, yes it is, and you can order tickets below. Number 7, do you find it easier to plan YouTube or does it add to stress? I've mostly been planning YouTube for the majority of the time I've been here. Like the first year, I planned the whole year's content and everything else, and I didn't really look into whether or not it was a good idea to do that. And then those videos are gone. I removed them after about 2-3 years. I just like, nope, they're terrible. I'll start fresh. But I still plan YouTube. I still do my scripts in advance. I still make sure that I have topics and all the rest of it planned out, and it does help me, but that doesn't mean that it would help everybody. I think sometimes you have to be ready to adapt and change and all the rest of it, and that can interfere with forward planning. But then again, nothing is set in stone, so you know, it works. Number 8, why aren't you a plotter more? Because my brain doesn't work like that. Like, I know I'm organized and all the rest, but when it comes to writing, I can't plot hugely. I lose interest in the story, and even then, even if I try to plot, my brain still takes the story in a different direction, and then I end up with having wasted time plotting, and it destroys the idea for me. So I just don't do it as much as I do other organized things. Number 9, how did you get to be so organized? Practice, and also just the fact that it's the way my brain works. I've always been organized. Even when I was at school, I was the kid that had things color coded and had a plan and all of that. I've always been like that. It quiets the anxiety in my brain and it allows for me to move through things more smoothly. So in some respects, I was born like this, and in other respects, it's taken lots of trial and error and finding things that work for me and expanding on things that do, and just using the tools that I have. And number 10, what's your favorite kind of book to draft? This is a hard one because I fit it around genres. I go from like crime mystery to paranormal to dystopian to urban fantasy. It really does depend on the genre and the story and how clear it is in my head. I do like a good mystery / thriller and that kind of thing because I like seeing the twists as they come down the page, but I like drafting full stop, so I don't think there's any books that I'm kind of like, I don't like drafting this. So yeah. And the bonus question, do you have a fave writer who got you into the genres you write? So as a kid, I read a lot of Dick Francis, but I didn't When I say I read a lot of Dick Francis, I mean my mum listened to it on audiobook in the car while we were going places, and so I kind of had no choice but to listen to it. But I really loved the way he did mysteries, but also as an adult I didn't go back and read them. I did discover Harlan Coben when I was about 17, 18 maybe, and fell in love with his writing to the point where he's an author by author. I don't think he's written anything that I don't enjoy, so yeah. I guess he helped with the whole like putting things in mysteries and weaving stories and all the rest of it. But I think I'd already started writing by that point, so it's hard to really fathom where the crossover is, if there is any crossover. But I like Harlan Coben. He's very good at having a twist that you won't see coming, and when you say a twist you won't see coming, I don't mean it therefore comes from nowhere. I mean it's really expertly done. And so, yeah, I really have enjoyed reading his works over the years, and yeah, he's had some influence on me, so yeah, I guess if I had to choose a favourite writer, it would be him. So there we go, those are my answers to 10 or 11 questions from you guys. If you ever have a question for me, you can shoot it to me over social media. I usually answer it there and then, but sometimes I hoard them for videos like this because otherwise I would have no questions to answer. So do you have a favourite writer who draws you into the genre that you write in? Let me know in the comments down below. So that's all I got time for today. If you want to support my channel, you can comment, like, or subscribe. I post videos on Thursdays. You can find me all over social media, and my books are available everywhere, and you can also sign up for my newsletter. And don't forget to pick up Crime Chronicles of the Third Ache, which is the third in a young adult urban fantasy series. And also don't forget to grab a ticket for Wonderland in Nottingham in July, where I'll be signing books. All the links for which are listed below. Thanks for watching, and remember to keep writing.